Hey everyone, Xenos here. First off, happy Thanksgiving. Secondly, I apologize for not having put out any videos for the last 3 weeks. Like I said in my review of Pokemon Go, though, I've been through hell with the commute. Since videos like this are easy to make, and since my laptop's being a pain again, I thought maybe I could answer a question posed to me. I asked a while back if you guys want to ask me anything before someone said, but that's heresy. I'm looking at you for that, Jake, and you know it. Anyways, Dominik Maida, I think, the guy who sent in that cool fan art, asked me a question. I felt I should answer it. Xenos, you said that one of your top video game openings was Pokemon Silver. What else is on that list? Dom. P.S. Bryn says hi. Assuming Bryn is another friend of his or something? Well, alright then, Dom. Since Dom was the only one who asked me a question, this video is all to you, Dom. I didn't think I'd make a list video, but hey, here we are. So, here are my top 10 video game openings. Just to be clear, this can include introductions, title screens, main menu themes, post-title cutscenes, or cinematics. Also, I'm only allowing one entry per franchise. Otherwise, it'd just be multiple Pokemon games and Animal Crossing titles. So, number 10. Assassin's Creed 4, Black Flag. I know that the Assassin's Creed games only had really one opening cinematic, at least as far as Black Flag. And that was only a glimpse of Altair's past before being plunged into the game. Sorry, my lamp just did something, I think. I've never played Rogue, Unity, or Syndicate, though I have been watching a lot of X-Files lately. I'll shut up now. Anyways, there were some great stories to be told in the earlier games, like Ezio and Altair. Connor was a bit undercooked, but his grandfather Edward was awesome, and the title theme puts emphasis on that. Maybe it has something to do with the sea shanties, but it's the main menu thing that puts it on this list. It was either this or the opening for Spore, but I had to flip a coin. For number 9, Animal Crossing Wild World. The Toedown I introduced you guys to was not the first. I'm not sure if I said this or not, but the original Toedown was, and still is, in Wild World. And every time I bother to turn up the volume when the game starts, I feel nostalgia tears well up. I've been playing that game for years. What year was I in Tech Club? 2009? Yeah, 2009. I didn't mean to, just... This was for Balsa Glider. This one was for CO2 Dragster. First place, both ones. I've been under the weather lately, but anyways, 2009. That's how long I've been playing that game for, at least. Maybe 2010. I've been playing for about that long. And I still love talking to each character in town and getting a pang of sadness when they try to move away. That title theme reminds me of all the villagers who've come and gone over the years, and I love it for that. For number 8, Super Mario World, or at least the Game Boy Advance port. Super Mario Advance 2, which was a port of the SNES game Super Mario World, was one of my earliest games. Although until I was older, I was unable to get past World 3, Vanilla Dome. However, I could almost feel an epic adventure on the horizon, even at 7 years old. I mean, the first scenes show Mario and Luigi grabbing cape feathers and flying over the residents of Dinosaur Land. Yes, that is the actual name of the game world. And now, I can still go back to the game and fall heels over head interested in it. I said heels over head because head over heels. I know you can't see my head right now, but head, heels. Simple as that. I'm assuming it's a mistranslation or something. But anyways, for number 7, this one's a bit trickier. I put on the list Souls game. This includes Bloodborne, by the way. I mean, people refer to it as Soulsborne or Blood Souls, or just... But each game has a great opening cutscene after the title, and awesome soundtracks, especially with the boss monsters. However, we're going with the first impression cutscene here. And Bloodborne, sadly, is out. Gehrman is awesome and all, but sadly the whole whatever they are things appearing from nowhere freaked me out. Dark Souls 2 is impressive visually, but... but it feels lacking story-wise. Dark Souls 3 as well is impressive visually, but the only importance the bosses are given is that they're Lords of Cinder woken from the grave. What do they do to deserve the title of Lord? I mean, what do Farron's Undead Legion have that, say, who was it? The Skull guy, I forget what his name is, I'll put it in editing. Yorm, why is he a Lord of Cinder? I mean, he's a giant. And more importantly and off topic, why are all the giants that have been introduced literally faceless? Anyways, it's kind of a toss-up between Demon's Souls and Dark Souls 1, so I'll give them both 7th place for now. You guys go ahead and tell me in the comments which one you like better, or send me a message via Facebook. For number 6, Undertale. What? Do I need to say more? The hell was that? Alright, well, for number 5, I'm not sure if this one, I think maybe this one should be lowest one on the list, but there's so many more good games before this that it's at number 5, and it's The Elder Scrolls V, Skyrim. This opening is what really set me into the game. When it came out, I would hear Sean in my web design class talking about it. Well, then again, he's the only person that was in my web design class besides myself. It's kind of embarrassing, really, but considering that he was far behind sometimes on the web design projects, I would occasionally look up tips and tricks from him, and he appreciated that. I would look up the Skyrim theme too when I was at home, the Song of the Dragonborn, and listen to it while I worked. This game really threw me into another world when I started playing, and all it took was that one song. Kind of like the album The Scarecrow. Anyways, for number 4, Pokemon Mystery Dungeon Red and Blue Rescue Teams. This is technically a spin-off game and more in the Mystery Dungeon series, so I'm not counting it into the Pokemon franchise. But I will say this opening is what got me hooked on the series. It was simplistic, just a few images and music, but it creates a sort of awareness of the world. The Explorers of Time, Darkness, and the Sky openings were also impressive, but the text kind of threw you for a loop and docked points for it. I don't remember Gates to Infinity's opening, if it even had one, and there wasn't really one for Super Mystery Dungeon, so this spot goes to Red and Blue Rescue Teams. For number 3, his name was Geralt of Rivia. He was a witcher, a professional monster slayer. An unusual contract to lift the curse that held a monarch's daughter. And so begins the incredible opening to one of my favorite games of all time, The Witcher. Not only is it incredible, it's also a faithful recreation of The Witcher short story by Andrzej Sapkowski. Forgive me if I mispronounced that, I don't speak Polish. Anyways, this game launched me into the world of The Witcher, both the books and the games, and the title theme is just so hauntingly incredible. I can't say as much about Assassins of Kings because I couldn't beat the K-Ren due to the horrible frame rates of my laptop. Well, it was a different laptop. That one that I had broke, and this is a completely different laptop, but the specs are just about the same, so... And I dare not even try to play Wild Hunt with this thing. So the opening goes to the first game. I put 57 hours into the game in my first playthrough, and I don't regret a single minute of it. Except that card minigame every now and then. And I don't mean Gwent. But anyways, for number 2. This is trickier than the Souls entry at number 7. So I'm dividing this into sub-rankings. The games are all from the Legend of Zelda series, and there are some pretty brilliant openings that I couldn't decide on one, so I decided to limit myself to 5. So the rankings for number 2. 5th place goes to The Legend of Zelda. Seriously, who could forget that theme? My aunt used to have an NES at her house. I sometimes played the original Legend of Zelda on that. Beautiful game. I still kind of remember, something like that. It just, But seriously, who could forget that? I was maybe, 5, 6 years old when I first heard that, and just... 4th place goes to Link's Awakening. A great introduction to a great game. I just really wish that it gave you more of a heads up on a sad ending that's coming. Spoiler alert. 3rd place goes to The Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time. A brilliant game, but all the opening does is show off the game's capabilities. Even if it did... I think... Don't quote me on this, but I think Ocarina of Time is the first game to get the perfect 10 out of 10, or 100% or something, from some gaming magazine. I'd have to look that up. I'll put that in the... I'll put that right about here. Wait a second. Sans! Okay, but anyways, again, all it does is show off the game's beautiful capabilities. 2nd place goes to Majora's Mask. This is probably my favorite Zelda game of all time, and I'd place it higher since it's such a beautiful opening, but I have to hand 1st place to something even better. 1st place goes to The Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess. I want to play this game so goddamn badly for you guys. It just... Ugh. The thing is, though, I have to play Ocarina of Time first, and it's such a pain to set up my, it's such a pain to set up my DS recording setup. Maybe it's because, and again, I can't really record as much now because of my senior thesis, and the fact that I'm driving 3 to 4 hours a day. So yeah. First place. So to recap: 5th place, the original Legend of Zelda. 4th place, Link's Awakening. 3rd place, Ocarina of Time. 2nd place, Majora's Mask. 1st place, Twilight Princess. But considering that I can't really decide, what are your guys' opinions on these themes? Which one is your favorite? Please let me know. Now, before I unveil number 1, there are a few honorable mentions I want to bring up. There's the Dragon Age Origins cinematic that you'll see after leaving the main menu alone for a few minutes. Mass Effect 1's opening also falls here. I haven't really messed around with that opening menu as much, but other great openings are the opening soundtrack to The Lord of the Rings Online, which hasn't changed since Rite of Rohan was released, as far as I know. RuneScape's Escape Bold, the most recognizable theme for RuneScape's login lately. Of course, I was also born to do this, but that's let's see, Middle-earth's Shadow of Mordor tutorial. Wii Sports Resort's title screen, Stardew Valley's opening track, and Spore's introduction. I mean, I love Spore. That's probably the first PC game I really had. But anyways, finally, number 1. Pokemon Silver and Gold. If it wasn't obvious, yeah. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's because I didn't think Pokemon could get any better when I was 5, 6, 7. Maybe because there were new creatures and new adventures. Maybe because I was excited for the Silver Pokemon whose name I didn't know, Lugia. I honestly don't know why, but that has to be my favorite opening of all time. It's kind of hard to top that for me, but there you have it. So, those are my top 10 openings for video games. What are yours? Feel free to share in the comments. But anyways, I'll be taking my leave for the night. Again, happy Thanksgiving. So, oh, jeez. I'm sorry, guys. Again, I'm actually... Oh, it's done. I've actually been working on finishing up episode 7 of Undertale, which, you guys are going to hate me for this, but I've actually had this since October, annoyingly enough. I'm sorry, but anyways, so, happy Thanksgiving, and thank you all so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please